If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. What's good, YouTube? We are back once again testing lists that I might theoretically possibly bring to the IRL event coming up this weekend in Pittsburgh. This is definitely one of the crazier ones. I'm probably less likely to bring this than the other two, but I've been really trying to make rocks slash dark calling work lately. And this is the latest iteration of that. I did switch back to playing the MACHINA cards because I think they're pretty good. They're a great way of just not being normal summon reliant so much, and they let you put Earths in the graveyard, which is a big deal for the Gigantes and the just letting you extend in that way. That being said, there's a lot of whack ratios in here that sort of upset me. I had to cut the Hamster and the Tragodia and the Call of the Haunted, which I didn't like either. But and then we can't also play. We don't have room for Avarice, but Avarice kind of conflicts with the Dark Calling and stuff. So I don't really see playing it in this build. Anyway, we're just on 3/3/3 for all the Machina cards. I really like those ratios. I think Force, being able to just reborn Fortress, is pretty good. Yeah, you can throw in other machines and stuff if you want, but this is my preferred way to approach the sort of vanilla Machina engine, I guess. And then we still have the same Dark Fiends except no Tragodia, but Tragodia doesn't really count for the Dark Calling because its stats are just 0. So you could summon a 1900 Dark Gaia with it, I guess, if you absolutely need to, but yeah, no, that's not good. Then the rocks are the same: Guardian, Gigantes, Mole. This has just always felt sufficient to me. I don't think you need to. People play weird stuff like Jiu-Jitsu Master, Morphing Jar. It's just do you really need to be playing this? I feel like these are just the best ones by far. You can probably just go with these 6, at least in this sort of version. And then, like I said, the Hamster got cut, so we're just on Charge Raikou to max out on milling, and then the Trooper as well. Triple Dark Calling, a bunch of staple defense kind of cards, and then some sort of standard side extra stuff, plus the Triple Dark Gaia, the main big boss monster of the deck. I mean, you just play one spell and summon a guy with over 4k that has a decent effect, so it's pretty good. Dark Calling is definitely... I feel like there almost has to be a good deck that can play this. I'm just in the process of figuring it out, so I guess that's what this video is going to be. So let's go ahead and look at the replays. First match we have is against what one was this? I feel like I played against 2 zombie Diva Hero decks. Maybe that's not right. One of them was maybe... Actually, I don't know if either of them was zombies. Now I always forget. Whatever. The opponent just Sarks for few, whatever. I really don't think Sark for few is worth it in Diva Hero. I don't think Sark is that good at all, honestly. It's just takes a sort of inconsistent high variance tier 2 deck and adds more of that same weakness to it. This Torrential, though, very big for me. Being able to just, nope, shut down that whole Caius play, go I don't know, 2 for 1 or something, get a plus. We activate Heavy Storm. The reason I did that is because I know Future Fusion is coming, and then he could make Stardust, and then I'm just going to have 3 cards in my hand that say Destroy that I can't use any of them. So I decided, let's just get it out of the way, use this Storm. And it was very good that I did, because we hit that Bottomless Trap Hole, which is one of the more annoying cards, I think, with this hand to deal with in terms of Dark Calling and Gigantes. Both just get absolutely crapped on. If we try to summon Gigantes Caius, we can't do that either. So important that we did that. They maybe overextended a little bit here. I see why they miracled, because they just have another miracle, so it kind of makes sense. They hit in, we dropped the Gores. Yeah, they should have hit over the token or the Gores with the absolute 0 there. Definitely a bit of a mistake. I think they forgot it was 3k. So here I try to plan out the best way to do this turn. I think the only way we can clear everything is if we Caius the Stardust. So we do that, and then we have to hit over this, crash the Gigantes to get rid of the absolute, or the Future Fusion, and then we hit over with the Gores. Now we're decent. They could Allure here, they could Miracle here, they opt to do nothing. I don't know about that. We go for the Dark Gaia. The Dark Gaia is going to flip the Treeborn into attack. Let's do a ton of damage. They do have Gores, but we've put them out of Brain Con range, so one of the scarier cards that would just mess us up is gone. Actually, what are they doing here, though? Why did they not just Miracle Fusion? I distinctly remember they didn't. What the hell? They set it all in Allure? can't you just, like, True Nade Miracle? Like, it's not game, I understand that, but if you just True Nade Miracle, you could guaranteed out the whole field, right? You crash into Dark Gaia. Oh, no, wait, you can't crash into Dark Gaia. Never mind, that's a huge issue. They're only at 800 life points, my bad. In that case, they really need a way to not die here. I don't see it. They have to draw into something, maybe? Maybe they needed to hold something in their hand so that they could have a plague, though. Maybe if they had just not set this stuff. I don't know if there was a way. I'm going to be real. I don't know. I do not know that there was a way here for them, actually. Like, it kind of just looks like the Dark Gaia kills them no matter what they do. Unfortunate for the opponent there. Because they had the gas. They were just too low on life. Game number 2, we're going to see opponent opens an awkward hand. I open an okay-ish going second hand. Here I do Raikou the back row, and I have it in the back of my head. Like, if he has Heavy Storm in his hand and he didn't pro set it, then I'm just going to get owned. And it does happen, so whatever. We hit him with the Gigantes. Fortunately, this back row is an actual disruption. They go for Rhoda. They go into Stratos. Stratos grabs something. I don't know. They maybe should have just Miracled right here. It would have been stopped by Crow anyway, but now they risk me just Kai'Sing their Stratos, and then Miracle's not even live. I guess with the Prodigy, it's not an issue, though. And they had a return. This Miracle gets stopped by the Crow. Obviously, I was worried about a lot of things, because if I have a Caius or a Diva to go with that, in front of Prodigy right now, I'm kind of screwed. Like, we're on a DD Crow and a Caius in our hand. I'm like 90% sure the set does nothing, so I decided to just Caius it, and it was just a Typhoon. Here they go for Brain Vandy's Fiend. We're not too worried. We have time. I think I top deck a Brain Control. I just decided to wait. Man, they're also just bricked on Crows. I don't know why they're on these Crows. I think it's not particularly good. Maybe you could disrupt the Dark Calling, but Dark Calling can use the hand too, so it's like you never really know. I was hoping they would set something, but they don't, so we just have to Brain set the Caius, which is not so great. But we have a Bottomless to put behind it now, so we feel a little better. They've got another Miracle Fusion, which is just the worst crap they could be drawing, because we got all Caius and DD Crow. That's just like all we got. And then we hit a Tomato with the Caius, and that's just going to be lethal because it's 1k burn, and that puts them into 1600. We hit direct for 24. So a little bit of a kind of close one. We were both just bricked on Crow game 2. I don't know. Kind of both decks drew awkwardish hands, I guess. I'm not sure. Felt like we were going to lose that one, but then the opponent just didn't do anything. And I could see why they weren't doing anything, because they didn't have anything. Yeah. I think this Vanny's Fiend was maybe a bad card deciding, because if it had been Caius, they could have just Prodigy Caius'd me, and then I would have been in a bad spot. So, yeah, I don't know. Next match. So what was this against? Was this also... Yeah, this was also some kind of Diva hero. Okay, my memory is not failing me. So they make the right play here. They go straight in for the Prodigy into Malicious. They're on Burial. It almost had to be Zombies if they're on Burial, right? I decide we could use the Trooper, and it wouldn't be terrible to use the Trooper. I think, though, I just want to go summon... Oh, the reason we held the Trooper is because we wanted to have a machine for the Fortress. That makes sense. And then the reason we held a Sangan is because if they had Caius and they banished Mally summon Caius, that would feel a lot worse than banish Mally summon Caius over the Gear Frame. So we're just hitting in here. We go for the Dust Shoot. They let it through because their hand just sucks. It's like, whatever. I see at this point, well, their hand sucks, so let's go in. We get Torrential on the Sangan, but that's okay. And, yeah, we search Raikou. I don't know. Sangan's not particularly good in here. We only play it because it's a decent Dark Fiend. It's like better than playing Doomcal probably. It mainly wants to search like Grand Mole and Card Trooper, but we already drew our Grand Mole and our Card Trooper, so it's just like, well, I guess I'll search another Raikou. So yeah, whatever. It's something to convert off of getting Torrential there. Opponent gonna draw into Gores, which is really not that good. We do hit their Raikou for them here, or we Raikou their Judgment, so that's kind of out of the way, which means they can just mirror. I think I do decide to go for game. Mainly I want to like clear my back row out so that my Gores can get live, so we're flipping up the Dark Calling here. And also if we get stormed, it won't quite be so bad. Opponent's just going to pass. They could have just set a Vayu to make it not so obvious that they had Gores, but that's fine. We just hit in, and then they Gores early, which they could have waited. I might have played around it. I might not have. Who knows? We know about the Brain Control, so I'm kind of worried about that. However, I think they don't do anything. They just set 2. That was weird. I don't know why they didn't try to do anything. Could at least, like, summon Arma, send a Plague, try to do something. You have a Brain Control to maybe force the Book of Moon. But yeah, they're just going to die. Like, they're just dead. We have Brain Control, Steel Gores. Their back row doesn't do anything. Game 2, this is like the most awkward hand we drew out of all the matches, I think. It's not great. It's not great. So we're just going to hit over that, set this. They get Dust Shooted, which means we're obviously going to be ripping that Sirocco, which I guess it's some kind of Vayu Diva hero. I have, as cursed it is, I have heard of this build before. I just haven't really seen it much, you know? They could have gone for Solex Caius here. Instead, they decided to trade the Diva into the Guardian. I feel like it was a mistake for them to wait so long to trade the Diva into the Guardian, because our hand was really awkward, and they just gave us time to, like, draw stuff. Here we do some of the Gigantes attack, hoping that he mirrors it. We were pretty sure this set was mirror, because it would be the only thing this makes sense to set into the established Guardian. Now we're just going to pitch this in end phase, because we can obviously bring it back. It's like the same thing, just summoning it from our hand. Opponent's going to go in with the Grepher play. That's fine. I think we just summon Trooper attack over. This is really weird. Again, we're in this awkward situation where I set my calling as a bluff earlier, and I've just got this Gores in my hand, but I don't want to calling yet, so we're kind of fortunate. The opponent is not really going in too much. They could go for the Plague play, obviously, but we would just stop it. So here we go for Brain. Then we Caius that one, hoping that he will bottomless my Caius, but that one was actually torrential, exactly, so it was rough. We have to force the bottomless then with the Dark Gaia. That's okay. Now we bring back the Machina Fortress, hit in. Opponent going to Mali, stack for Plague. We Crow. They set their traps, then Caius. Then we get to rip a card. We take the Soul Exchange. They hit in, but now we have Gores. So it's looking pretty good for us here. I think we draw another Guardian, so we feel good committing this Guardian. Trades 1-for-1 with the bottomless, whatever, that's fine. We hit in, and then I think they just draw into the Trapstone that they ended up stacking last turn. So actually, 2 2-0s for the MACHINA deck against Diva Hero. Well, I guess this was like Diva Hero Vayu or something. But pretty solid performance despite my kind of skeptical look at the deck list there. There's just like a lot of cursed ratios. You got to admit, it's like it looks like a modern build almost with all the damn 3-0s, everything, and a lot of the one-off staples that I like to play are sort of conspicuously missing because they didn't have room, just jamming everything together. But it actually worked pretty well in these games. So I don't know. We'll work more with the Frog deck and see if we can, or the Frog deck, with the Rock deck. Screw the Frog deck. I don't know how to play that. Yeah, we'll work more with the Rock deck, see if we can get something. But yeah, as always, hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you thought in the comments section, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.